Welcome to day 13 of learning React Native. Today we are going to make big upgrade to our app's navigation. Until now, we have been navigating screen by screen using stack navigation. That works, but real mobile apps use a bottom tab bar so users can move between the main areas of the app easily. So today we are going to add button tabs and connect them with the stack navigator we already have. Our final result will look something like this. The app opens with a tab bar at bottom. Tabs for home, post, profile and form will be there. Each tab still supports stack navigation when we need it. This is called nested navigation. Bottom tabs on top, stacks inside each tab. Let's start. First, we need to install some things like npm install @react navigation slash bottom tabs. Okay, I'll also be installing, as I'm using expo, I'll be installing another thing, react native safe area context. You already can understand what it is. Just to maintain the UI, it shouldn't go beyond the screen. That's why. So I'll enter this. Okay. Now we'll create a tab bar, a file called tab navigator. We need to create inside root project, that is root folder, that is project tab navigator dot tsx. Let me reiterate or remind you again, and this all needs to be JS, as I'm writing JS code here, but it is for when I start to tell you about TypeScript. I want to use the same project and explain to you what are the changes that needs to be done. So yeah, that's why I'm using this. It's kind of an experiment for me as well, to see what are the changes, yeah, or recap for me, you can say. Create bottom navigator, import home screen, import home screen, import profile screen, import form screen. I'll create a options for tab, create bottom navigator, create a default function here. Return UI, create a tab navigator, tab dot navigator, okay. Inside that, tab dot screen is equal to home components is equal to home screen. Okay, I'll copy this. Sorry, I haven't created object here. That's why it was coming as error. Okay, now I'll posts, post screen. I'll add profile, profile screen. I need form, form screen. Yeah. Right now, these tabs work, but we can't merge them with our existing app navigator yet. Currently, our entry point is the stack navigator. So now we update app navigator so that the first screen in our app becomes bottom tabs instead of home screen alone. Okay, we'll go to app navigator. Here we'll make some changes. We don't require post screens or form as it will be in navigator, and also this profile screen we don't require that. We don't need home screen as well. We will, but we will import another thing called tab navigator. Okay, now what we'll do, it will be the same except for we'll have another stack screen dot screen, and name would be equal to tabs components equal to tab navigator. Okay, and I will add another thing called options, which for that I'll add a style header shown equal to false. Yeah. So now what I'll do, I'll close this. Now I don't require this one as well. I'll remove what are all I have moved to tabs. Okay. Let's understand what we just did. The top level navigator is still the stack. That's important because we need stack style navigation for details and app API. Okay, but the first screen inside the stack is now the bottom tab navigator. So tabs become main navigation surface of the app. Okay, now we need to remove the hard-coded navigation buttons from home screen because navigation is now handled by tabs. But we'll keep the buttons that make sense for each screen. Home screen. Okay, I need to remove this one. Yeah, I think that's fine. Now let's run the code. npm start is. Okay, as you can see, we have go details as well. Here, go to API as well. Then let's open post. That is there. We have profile as well as form. So everything has come down to tab bar now. We have also set up for the next coming days. We will going to add icons as well for this instead of a triangle. Yeah. A quick recap of this change. Now, user move between home, post, profile, and form using tabs, not buttons. Buttons are now only used to navigate inside the stack when relevant, such as opening the API screen or the details screen. Let's explain this hierarchy in simple words so you understand better. When we are building earlier, the app navigation only had a stack. Now our navigation structure is stack on top, tabs inside stack, screens inside tabs. This is why it's called nested navigation, and this is how almost every complex app is built. Messaging apps, commerce apps, banks, apps, everything. For in tab in app navigator, you'll see stack on top inside the tabs, and all the screens are inside the tabs. Okay, let's also talk about user experience. Tabs give users a constant sense of where they are, a quick way to jump between main sections, a mental map of the app's layout. And stack navigation still works for screens that should not appear in the tab bar, like details and API. Finally, if you want to customize the tab bar later with icons, badges, or animation, We have, as I said, good news, we have already set up the correct navigation inside it. As I already said, so to summarize, day 13 was all about making your app feel like a real mobile application by adding bottom tab navigation and nesting screen navigation inside it. We created a tab navigator file using app navigator, so tabs become the main starting point of the app, and cleaned up home screen so users rely on tab bar to navigate. In day 14, we'll upgrade the tab bar visually by adding icons to our app so the tabs look polished and professional. See you tomorrow.